Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa. Today we have a pretty decently long pick a card reading because the piles are fat, as you can see. We have 3 piles to pick from, and this is going to be like your true love story. We're going to get into intimacy, we're going to get into love notes from them, just a quick channeled message that I got. The first pile you can pick from is this ring, or if you like stones, you can pick from this labradorite heart for number 1. And then we have like this 3 ring goes like that. And you can pick the agate stone for that one. And then lastly we have this one. I honestly don't know what that is, but I love this ring. And we have the rose quartz heart for that. So maybe take a deep breath, close your eyes, and pick a pile, and let's get started. Pile number 1, welcome if you picked the labradorite heart or this marbled ring. This reading is for you. If you know them now or when you know them, it doesn't start right off the bat with commitment. So you guys can, start by being just friends or start by being friends with benefits. There's something in this connection where there isn't commitment right away. This connection ends up like ending in some way to start over, and I think that this person doesn't feel comfortable enough or doesn't feel ready to enter this connection with you, and there could be some sort of thing that they're kind of hiding or keeping secrets or just protecting their own heart in order to start this connection with you. But they do eventually of course feel ready. But who this person is kind of like someone who's really good at balancing life, good at balancing situations. For some of you guys it could be that they're just juggling dating options, or they're on Tinder, or they're like just browsing the market, so to speak, and they have like all these criteria that they're looking for a person. Maybe they even manifested you, but they don't realize that they manifested you, right? Because they want a person who looks like this, fits with them like this, has these type of moral, like all these. They have a list that they want their person to check off, and once that person checks off all that list, everything on that list, they go like, okay, well, I'm ready to commit to this person. And they don't realize that that person is you. You are everything they want, you are everything they need, but it takes them a little while to kind of realize that. But once they do realize that you are everything that they literally wish for, and the blinders kind of come off, and they have like this aha moment, and they're like, this is the person that I want, this is who I've been waiting for. And they see you as their other half, because we have the 2 of Cups here. They see you as their other half, as their partner in crime, as the person who they are meant to be with. And then we have the Magician. Jeez, I'm not. If you guys have a little bit of OCD and it kind of like gets to you that the cards aren't perfect, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best here. And they kind of end up fighting for you, because I think that you kind of back up a little bit, and you're like, if I have to chase you, it's not worth it. If I have to show you, if I have to convince you that I am who you want, like, I am not up for that. So I think you kind of take a step back and kind of tell them, like, listen, like, the way things are isn't working for me. Like, I have genuine feelings for you. We need to take, some space. And they kind of like, oh no. I think this person is a really good manifester. They kind of have like a positive attitude. They set intentions. They have goals that they try to meet. They have like ambition, and they want to get ahead in life. Sorry, cat hair. And so they end up, kind of realizing that without you in their life, it just doesn't feel right. And they fight for you. Of the 5 of Wands here, they fight for you, and they try to cherish and show you that, like, listen, things don't have to be physical, things don't have to be the way they used to be. I just want you in my life. And I think that kind of slowly builds your trust to where it was, to the point that you're like, okay, maybe this person has changed, maybe they are the one for me. And then so that's what we have in tarot. And then I'm going to read the channel message now before I get to the oracle cards, because it says, I hope you guys can see it. It says, I'm sorry I was such a fool. I love you. I will see you soon. So if you know this person, if you're already in this connection, they are on their way. I think, you know, I can't give you a time estimate because everybody's connection is different, but they are on their way. And then we have Unfinished Symphony. So you guys do try to, like, end it, or try to like I was saying earlier, just, it all ties together. You guys are going to try to kind of halt the connection a little bit, kind of sever the ties, but it's going to feel like it's not over, because it's not. This is your person. And for some of you guys could be, you know, crying or feeling overwhelmed with emotions, or this could be your person. I think it's your person. That once you leave, honestly, and you're going to be firm, and I hope you are, and you can do this. You're going to be firm, and like, it's not even an ultimatum. It's just this is the way things are, and I'm not happy with the way things are right now. Like, I need more from you. Maybe they're honestly, like, someone you already have, like, a serious commitment with, but you're wanting kids or the next step, and this person's just, like, not there yet, and that's fine. But I think you're going to take a step back and be like, listen, well, then I need to work on myself. I need to find, you know, the person who wants these things with me, because I love you, but that's not all there is to it. And this person's going to be like, why can't they wait for me? You know, I love them so much. It's unfair. Or they realize, like, whoa, I do love this person. They are right. But they're going to have some sort of almost like a breakdown, where they feel like nothing can be fixed, and it's the end of the world, and I fucked up, and things are so, you know, all these things, but it's going to trigger a transformation in them. So we have the Death card, changes. It's going to trigger a transformation in them to where they come out the loving man. But, you know, take that as it resonates. It can be the loving woman, that they finally realize that, like, you are their sunshine, you are who they've been wanting, you are who they are meant to be with. They bring you flowers and gifts and acts of love, and just treat you the way you've been wanting to be treated. And it sucks that it has to go that way, but, like, we aren't, as humans, we aren't perfect. Like, they just happen to grow at a different rate, you know? And I think that if everything else is good in the connection, you know, if they respect you, if they show you love, if they respect you and treat you the way you need to be treated in other senses other than commitment, then I think this is the person for you. And then we have Unrequited Love and calling in your soulmate. So like I said, in a lot of cases, this is someone that you're into that maybe isn't into you back, or that, you know, you're messing around with but isn't where you are in the connection. And you take a step back and you're like, you know what, if this person isn't the one for me, then can I be shown the person for me? And then it turns out that they are the person for you. They just needed some space and time to get themselves together. But this is not telling you to wait for them and just, like, sit by the window waiting for them to call and text. It's to go be yourself, go show yourself love, go meditate, go do the things that make you feel good. And do you while they get their shit together. And if you're still available, then you're still available. And that's the mentality that you have to have. You're not waiting for them. You're just working on yourself until the right person comes along. But turns out that the right person is them. And then we have Intimacy. You know, I thought this reading was going to be longer, but I think that yours is pretty straightforward. And just let me know in the comments if this resonated with you. But Intimacy. So this person is, like, very passionate, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons why some of you guys have a hard time letting go, because the sex is too bomb. Because we have King of Cups, we have the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Nine of Swords. So this person is super passionate in bed. That's probably why you guys got together as friends with benefits in some of your cases at the start, is because there's so much sexual chemistry and sexual attraction. Like, they just want to kind of dominate you and do as they please, and they kind of have, if they haven't told you, they kind of have a fantasy of like them being your everything and you just kind of like being amazed by everything that they can do and make you feel. And they just want to love up on you, and this person is very nurturing. So once they go through their transformation, if they're not at the beginning, they definitely come out of it like a transformed, but like also such a giving and caring and nurturing person, and you're kind of gonna be like, well, who is this? And it was always in there, but they just want to make sure that they're giving all their love and attention and affection to the right person. They don't give it out freely, which I think is kind of cool, because you don't want them giving it out freely. You want them to give it to you. So it just takes them a little while for them to realize that it's you who they want to give all that love that they've been having inside too. Like, they have a huge heart, and they've been kind of holding back a little bit, protecting it a little bit, being scared to give it to the wrong person, and they finally realize that you are the right person. It just takes them a little while, and it's annoying, and they're dumb, but you know, that's the way it goes. And then we have the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. And then they also just want to admire and inspect you and just kind of like drool over your body, and just like, they're biters. I think they like to bite your neck, and they're really passionate about you. They really enjoy sex with you. They really enjoy making you finish. They really enjoy just being super intimate with you in the physical sense. But they're also going to open up in like ways that you never thought that they would open up. That you're like, it took so long for you to open up like this. And you're gonna kind of see why it took them so long, because I think that they have some real heartbreak and some real tough stuff that they've had to deal with that you would have never thought, and it's just gonna click all into place. You're like, oh, so that's why they were so guarded. Oh, so that's why they weren't sure about me. Oh, so it's gonna kind of like reveal itself why they are so secretive, or why they hid their feelings, or why they were deceptive in some way. All of that will reveal itself, and you'll have the aha moment where you feel like you could forgive them for not knowing that it was you all along at the beginning. Pile number 1. That's all I really have for you. I hope that resonated with you. If you'd like, leave me a like, because I like to know that you guys like these type of topics. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys. Pile number 2, welcome. So your pile inspires a lot of envy, and if you pick the tri-ring or the agate stone heart, this reading is for you. I do want to start off with letting you guys know that sometimes, these piles don't resonate with everyone, because there's many different energies watching, and you can always pick another pile, but we're gonna get started. But the second thing I wanted to mention is that I have personal readings that are more obviously personal, and they're more that I tap into your energy versus tapping into everyone's energy and trying to hope that it resonates with whoever it resonates. But if you book a private reading, it is meant for you specifically, so I have that in description if you're interested. But anyways, your pile inspires a lot of envy, so I would definitely go to a mystical store or go online and find the evil eye jewelry, pendant, anything of the sort, and just kind of keep with you, because that does ward off envy and jealous spirits and jealous people that mean to send you bad karma or something, or who wish you bad. That protects you. I think that would be really beneficial to you, because I'm even envious of your love story, but I mean that with love. I'm happy for you, but there's a lot of people who envy your connection, and we're going to get into that, and the cards talk about that. But enough of that. Let's get into the happy stuff. So, it's quite beautiful. It's super, super beautiful. I feel like you are such an emotional person, and I think that for some of you guys could have wrapped your vulnerability and your heart with a lot of thorns and a lot of love isn't real. For some of you guys. For others of you guys are simply that without hiding it. You know, you do like love Twilight and like not to offend anyone, but like cheesy love stories, and like you like rom-coms, and I think everyone watching this pal is into rom-coms, but I think some of you guys hide it a little bit, and you present this harder shell where like, I don't care if I die alone, or love isn't real, stuff like that. But you like romantic comedies, and you like romance books, and you daydream about the life you could have with a stranger that you saw for 2 seconds, or someone in your life that you really like, and you just kind of go off and on into like these scenarios and these like love situations. But your person and you guys end up having a really beautiful connection, and it's like everything. It's literally book worthy. It's movie worthy. It's like your grandkids. If you guys end up having kids, if you want that, they're always like, Grandma, Grandpa, can you tell us how you met again? After like you tell them, once a week, or people always ask you guys how you guys met because you guys look so in love, and you tell them, and they're just like in awe that you guys have been married for so long, yet look so in love. And you guys kind of live in the honeymoon stage a little bit throughout your entire connection. And people always say that true love is hard, but for you guys, it's not that hard. you know, there's aspects of it that are really, really difficult, but it's never hard to love each other and to work together. And this is your person, your everything. You guys have companionship. You guys have awesome intimacy, which we'll get into towards the end. They offer you everything right off the bat, and it's like everything you've deserved, because for a lot of you guys, the reason why you pretend you don't like romantic movies and romantic stuff, and you don't daydream about love and family and everything, is because you've been hurt so badly. Like, I think your heart was like ripped into a million little pieces, and you've been gluing it back together very slowly. And for some of you guys haven't even started picking up the pieces yet, but there's deep heartbreak here. And if that doesn't resonate with you, it's a past life heartbreak that you still carry around with you, unknowingly or knowingly. Or it could also be heartbreak from parents or childhood or family members, that type of stuff. But it's deep, deep heartbreak, or even friendships. Friends can break your heart too. That hurts. But this person is like what you deserve. It's your karma that you've racked up for however long. And we have the 10 of Cups, we have the 10 of Coins, and then we have the 10 of Pentacles, which are all, the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Coins are basically, they're literally the same card, but we have that twice, and that's just like the beautiful ending. But it talks about like beautiful ending and like material wealth, family, the whole everything. And then we have the 10 of Chalices, 10 of Cups, which is like, it's like emotional fulfillment on top of it. And like, even, can we just look at this real quick? You're whoever you believe in, if you believe in God, the universe, angels, whatever, they're finally like, we got you. Like, you had all this character development, because heartbreak is all it is like character development. Like, the most funny people are some of the people that have been hurt the most. But this is you guys. You guys end up in this deep, 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 deep love and understanding for each other. And they come in kind of hot. They don't like really let you wait around. I'm gonna say this just because this is gonna resonate with some of you guys. This could be someone that you've already been with, that hurt you really bad, that you thought that you guys were never gonna get back together, but they change. They truly, truly, truly work on themselves. They truly, truly change, and they come out a better, amazing person who like who they needed to be the whole time. That's only going to resonate for some of you guys, and I'm not encouraging you to get back with bad partners, but I do want to say that. But this person comes in either the first time or the second time. They come in being really, really, really about you, and really like, let me show you that I can treat you right. Like, you draw them in and they see who you are, who you truly are, and they want to be there for you, and they want to be everything that you need. And this is, for some of you guys, this is someone that you have known in a past life, or someone that you knew from a childhood or family friend, because we have the Six of Cups here. Or they could just remind you of home. Maybe you're living somewhere where, you know, you don't have your family, or you're living somewhere where you didn't grow up. Well, this person reminds you of home, reminds you of a life you used to live. And like I was saying earlier, there's I know that there's two, possibly more groups of people kind of like, yes, relate to the ex thing or a past person, and the other ones that relate to it being a completely new person. But I do want to let you know that if it's someone that you've dealt with before, you guys do sincerely let each other go. Like, you guys move the fuck on, you know? You date other people, they date other people, you guys are like out of sight, out of mind. And that's what triggers like the change in them. And then you guys do come back together and flourish and become everything that you guys ever wanted to be together, for some of you. Anyway, I do think that right now, though, like, they're not here yet. And that's because there's, like I said, if you're, you know, hiding who you truly are, which is gushy and mushy, you need to heal that, like truly heal that, and to balance out your emotions and your life. And if you're, you know, binging too much on things that you know you shouldn't be binging on, it's different for everyone. But if it's drugs or weed or alcohol, or, you know, laying in bed too much, or food, or going out and partying, whatever, not that anyone's really, really, really partying right now, I hope, because of COVID, but take it as you will. And also, you need to get your social, not your social game, but you need to get the, I think right now, if you have a lot of people around you, you need to weed out the people who really truly care for you. You need to, like, and if who you have around you right now is awesome, it's who you want to be around you, I think you have to nourish those connections a little bit more. And if you guys are far away, you can always send them a little gift on Amazon. You could always just text them, FaceTime them, like, find a way to reconnect with these people that bring you peace, that love you, that know who you are and accept you as you are and don't judge you. Work on those connections, because that's gonna help you balance out your emotions and your life and your heart and once you do that, is like, that's when you bring about this true love, this real love that you're looking for. And then we have a channeled message from them, and it says, "You are everything to me. I love you more than you will ever know." So this person, like, just like absolutely balls to the wall. I don't know if that saying makes sense, but it just felt right. Loves you, like, loves you so fucking much. I think they do a lot of things to show you that, but I think you'll never truly understand the self-sacrifice that this person will do for you, and why. And I think a lot of it is why you guys will work out for so long, because you guys are like old age, right? Like, you guys meet not that late in life. You guys have like a good 40, 50, 60 years together, and it's because they love you so much that they, like, let you have your way a lot. Like, they're not out here trying to, like, fight with you about your opinions, or about what you want to do, or about what you want to eat. Like, little everyday stuff. They love you so much that they're content and happy to go along with your plan. And I think that's what kind of helps you guys avoid petty bickering fights. But they do have fire in them, and that fire is in the way of, like, fighting for you, of, like, when times get tough. Because yeah, this is a beautiful connection, but it doesn't mean it's not going to get tough at times. And when you add kids and bills and all that stuff, it gets harder. But through it all, they never lose their fire to fight for you and with you. That's beautiful. And then we have the fork in the road. Right now, it's like very much you need to work on yourself, and you need to work on what you want out of life, and move towards the things you want to do. And that will just bring about this person, because you want to think of them as adding to your life, not as like your everything. And I think you have to work on codependency if you've struggled with that in the past. Definitely work on that. Definitely kind of look within to see what triggers that and how to set boundaries. If you don't know how to set boundaries, I would try to work on that. There's lots of books online that you can find on learning how to set boundaries, because that's very important. And I think it's beneficial to everyone to learn that. And then we have some more oracles. We have the vast universe and deserving. So like I said earlier, whoever you believe in is just making, like, it's literally like a cauldron. Those big pots that witches and wizards it's so weird. Witches and wizards kind of make their spells in. Think Hocus Pocus, that children's song where like the witches are just like brewing stuff up. Your life, this what you want, who you want, is just brewing, brewing while you're brewing. And you have to be the magician, because we have a magician here. You have to be that person who's making things happen for yourself, who's changing things for yourself. You have to like find that motivation, get shit done for yourself, because you are deserving, and the universe is cooking all this stuff up for the deserving person who is you, to find their true love. I honestly can't make this shit up. Like, I used a lot of different decks, and we just get like repeating messages. We have like the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles. We have the One of Chalice, like, I'm sorry, the Ace of Chalice. And then we have like deserving and true love, and it's so beautiful, your pile. And then we have love yourself first, which is also what I've been saying that we have over here about your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So if in the past, because you've chased love, you've given too many people chances that shouldn't have, or you like attention maybe too much, like you post selfies just to, if you post thirst traps, I would kind of figure out why you do that, and kind of figure yourself out a little bit, kind of like go within, do some internal healing. You just need to, whatever's going on with whoever's watching this, you need to figure your shit out, because a person doesn't come in and save you. A person comes in and you guys build a life together, and you guys be together. It's not about them just coming in and saving you like Superman or Superwoman. It's about you guys together building each other up. I hope none of this triggers you guys, because your pile is quite beautiful, but I'm just saying, if you want this, you gotta work for it, in the sense of working on yourself. But let's get into intimacy. Listen, y'all might be into a little bit of public displays of affection. That's totally fine. Do your thing. It does make others uncomfortable, but that's, you know what? We're not going to think about them. But there's a lot of like envy that surrounds you guys, because people watch you and they're like, I want that. Why don't I get to have that? But what they don't realize is that both of you guys, your person and you, worked so fucking hard to get there. And maybe earlier I was kind of going off on a rant on how you need to work on yourself. Maybe you have been doing that, and so you're like, bitch, stop calling me out, I'm already working on myself. Then I'll chill out. I'll take you at your word, and just realize that doing that, all this work that you've already done, is only bringing your person in. That's all it's doing. It's bringing your person in closer and closer. And people don't realize all the hard work that you had to do, and all the hard work that your person had to do, and how like your connection seems so easy, but it is in some ways, but it's also so much hard work that went into it. But people just see like what they want to see. They're just like, why do they get to be happy and I don't? Whatever. sorry, I need to bring these closer to my face. This person fucking loves you. They love your body. They love the way you feel. They love the way you smell. And they're so passionate about you. And I think for a lot of you guys, your exes regret that they never were able to step up, and they're envious of the connections you have with your person now, because they remember what it's like to have you, and they remember all the good parts. They romanticize your connection a little bit, and so they're just like, wish it could be them in the shoes of your partner. But you know, you don't work out with your exes for a reason, and now you're happy. Your family members too can sometimes get kind of like envious of you guys instead of happy. I don't like it. I think it's frustrating for you guys. They kind of like, because you guys take your time. Like, you guys, you know, don't have kids right away, or don't move in right away. You guys kind of take some time to be a couple, take some time to go on adventures, take some time to have fun. Like, there's no rushing, because you guys know that you guys have years together, and then after you guys pass, you guys have eternity together, or you guys reincarnate, because I think you guys have reincarnated in the past together, and I think it's just a cycle that continues until your cycles are done. So you guys understand that there's no rushing this. Like, you guys will get to where you're going and get to what you'll be. And I think that you guys, at the beginning of your connection, when you guys are like taking fun trips or going on adventure after all this COVID shit, your family members are kind of envious. Like, they're just hating. They're just hating. But okay, let's talk about sex life. Obviously, it's really good. It's also really fun though. Like, it's passionate, but there's a lot of like flirty fun. And a lot of dirty talking. And I think it's from you. And if you're like, them too. But if you're like, I've never done that before, what? This person is gonna there's gonna be no stopping it. Because there's a lot of doggy style here. There's a lot of taking it from the back and giving it from the back. I think that's your guys' favorite position, because it allows for like, you guys can do that anywhere. Because, you know, if you're wearing a dress, you just pull that shit up real quick. If they're wearing a dress, whoever is the male, female, it doesn't matter. You know, you pull up the dress real quick, put it in real quick, and get going. Because I think that you guys are going to travel a lot, and there's going to be like a lot of opportunities for you guys to have like exhilarating experiences, which you guys are both into. And if that's not the case, then it's just going to be, you guys just really like to just sometimes have really quick sex, because you guys have to go. Like, you know, like, since you guys are going to be into maybe a career, or there's like stuff that you guys both want to accomplish, and sometimes it's going to feel like there's not enough time in the day, but you still love each other so much, and you still want to have that connection. So you're like, you know, real quick in the kitchen, and then, all right, love you, babe, gotta go to work type of situation. But also, I think that sometimes at family parties, you guys can go off into places that are private to kind of do the do. And maybe that's why the family's kind of mad and jealous, because they're like, man, these rabbits are always at it. Pile number 2. If this resonated with you, please let me know with a like or comment. I would appreciate it dearly. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys. Pile number 3, welcome if you picked this ring. And I think it's like, fuck, if anyone knows in the comments, will you please let me know? I don't know if it's, I don't want to, I feel like it could be turquoise, or what's that stone? Is it, it's not jade. I think it's turquoise. Is it? Fuck, I don't know. It's I don't know. Anyways, please let me know if you know. I got kind of stuck on that because it bugs me that I don't know what that is. If you picked the rose quartz heart, this reading is for you. Your pile is a little tough for me to do, because I hate feeling like I'm romanticizing topics that shouldn't be romanticized. So we'll get into it, and I'll give some disclaimers along the way, but we're gonna do a tarot spread, and then we're gonna do a channeled love message, and then we're gonna do some oracle cards, and then we're gonna do intimacy cards. And then the second thing I want to remind you guys of is that I do private readings that are more specific to you in your situation, or you and wanting to know whatever you want to know, and I have all the details in the description. But let's get into your reading. So this connection is insanely powerful. I think that when you guys meet, there's like a strong connection that you guys don't want to break. And I think that there's a lot of things in life that happen that kind of are meant to pull you guys apart, yet you guys kind of refuse. And you don't even do it you don't even do it consciously, you don't even do it with intent, but yet you guys still keep coming back to each other. And that can mean just still texting, still talking, or still having sex. Just, different levels for different everyone. But it's a quite emotional connection, to the point that, like, logic always wins with you guys, both of you guys, because I think that you guys have both, by the time you guys meet each other, you guys have both kind of gone through different connections and relationships and kind of gained a little bit of life experience, I think, especially for you. So your brain is always like, listen, I know you love him like this, or her, I know you feel this way, but right now we can't listen to feelings. Like, that's not the way life goes. And I think this person kind of helps you learn that we don't have to give in to every urge and whim that you want. And it's just maturity. It's just you growing. But this connection makes you feel quite, like, young and free-spirited, and it kind of takes you away from your responsibilities in a way, to the point that you're like, how do I say this? You just, like, become carefree when you guys hang out, and you kind of forget. They're good at helping you forget when you're upset. They're good at cheering you up. You guys are great at having adventures together. You guys could go to concerts together. You guys could go to movies. You guys just do fun stuff together. You guys have, like, a really good time. However, there is a sense of duty that I think your person has as to why you guys can't. It takes you guys a while to get to the happy ending. And I think it's because when you guys meet, or quickly after you guys meet, your person gets into a connection or commitment with someone else. And for some of you guys, it could be as serious as they already have kids, or they end up having kids. Or they just get into a commitment, and they just, like, the way they were raised, they were taught that, like, once you make a commitment, you don't really, like, it's serious. Because there's the people who, like, you meet, and after one day they're like, let's be boyfriend and girlfriend, and you're like, excuse me, I don't know about that. But this person, they take a little bit of their time, maybe they take a couple weeks, a month, or whatever, and then they decide, okay, I'm gonna be with this person, and I'm gonna try to make it work to the best of my ability. They're not wishy-washy. They are in some ways, but they're not once they make a commitment. So they feel like they can't leave this person, they can't leave this commitment. For some of you guys, it's not a person. But that's why I was feeling kind of icky about this pile, or talking about this pile. I'm not icky about your person or you or the connection, but I'm icky about speaking on this topic, because I'm so against third-party situations. I feel like if a person makes you feel like, you're second best, or like you're not first choice, like, I think you should try to move on, But this person, that's never their intention. Like, they always lay it out on the table, right? They're, like, honest. They lay it out on the table, and they tell you, like, listen, I'm with this person now, or I'm committed to my job, or I'm committed to this and that. Like, I can't give you what you want. We can be friends. This person's always up for friends, and I think you would take them up on their offer, and it's probably hard at first, but you guys kind of work through it and still stay in the connection. And even when you're, like, frustrated and you're like, fuck, I still kind of have feelings, or fuck, I can't let this person go, or you think, yes, like, I'm completely over them, they come back around, kind of ignite the feelings a little bit. It's just hard to, it's such a powerful connection that it's so fucking hard to let go. And even when you let go, like, it's just it's just not the way it works with you guys. But they are super fucking fun. If I didn't mention that earlier, I'm gonna mention it again. They're like childlike and like lively and always up. They're so charming and they're always up for like a laugh and always up for like. I mean, not always, because we all have our days, but they're pretty easygoing, um, and just bright. They're very smart and very clever, and they're so. Their body is like sturdy. You're the only pile that I felt like giving a description to physically, but they're so sturdy. They're so rooted onto the earth. Even if they're an air sign or yeah, because air signs are so flighty, right? But even if they're an air sign, there's signs in their chart that ground them a lot. But they're just very slow moving, like I said. Once they commit, they're kind of like sloth pace to move forward. I mean, to move on or to break up with someone. But once it's over, like they know it's over, and they really they're. This is attractive about them, is that they're so good at or at least you will find attractive about them, is that they're so good at like setting boundaries and so good at like sitting people down and being like, hey, listen, like this isn't working. We have bye. And then they're pretty good at cutting people off, but they're not good at cutting you off. Even if they've tried in the past to be like, this connection isn't working for me, they still can't let go. But they're very slow moving. So even once they end the previous commitment connection, it's still gonna take them a long time to get to you. Honestly, because you're gonna be off doing whatever you're doing, and they're gonna be intimidated by that. They're gonna be like, why would they wait for me? I wasn't ready when they were ready. Why would they wait for me? Like, I lost a good opportunity. Like, it just sucks for me. But that's not true. You guys find a way to like balance your connection out again, because there's gonna be a little bit of power struggles, a little bit. I think that both of you guys kind of struggle with that, with like wanting to be like the one that's chased, the one that's like, I think it's your egos and your pride that you guys struggle. And I think it's kind of hard to, you guys kind of sometimes have a hard time reading each other, and sometimes you guys might come off a certain way to each other even if that's not your intention. And so it's going to be kind of hard to balance out your personalities and balance out the connection to where you guys are back on track, and to where you guys are back together and committed. But this person's annoying because look at what they said. They said, please wait for me, I'm coming home to you ... eventually. So I don't think you should wait for them. I don't think in your mind you should be like, oh, I can't wait till they break up with their significant other and come to me. I think that you should you should appreciate the good parts of your connection, because I don't think this person ever intentionally hurt you or ever like gaslit you or made you feel like you were, fucking trash or anything like that. And if they did, this person isn't for you, unless they grew and changed and you can forgive them. I don't know. But if you know who this person is, or when you get into this connection, I just would be cautious to like actually wait for them. You should do your best to move on and to find the person you need to find. However, this is your person. So even if you think you've moved on, even if you date people in between, and I think dating people in between will help you kind of learn more about yourself and realize what you want a little bit more, so that when this person does come back around, and if you're single at the time or whatever, the connection just works better because you took time to find yourself a little bit more. And take breaks from them if you need to. A change in the wind. So they change, you change. There's just a lot of change that happens in order for you guys to come back around and come back together the way you guys couldn't do it the first time. You guys get a second chance. And if this doesn't resonate with you, it could be like a past life connection where you guys kind of struggled to, they ended up having kids with someone else and they couldn't ever leave them. This time back around, it's different, and you guys change, and you guys are different, and you guys different. I can't stop saying that. Become who you need to be in order to be together and be happy and harmonious. Oh, that's why I keep saying different. Transformation. We have transformation and we have planning and action. When they come back around, you're not really going to be about it, and they're going to have a hard time pursuing you very roughly, very strongly, because they're going to be like, why would they want me? But I think that there's going to be a talk. There's going to be a talk where, like, listen, we've been friends for so long, you dated other people, then I dated other people, I'm willing to give it a chance, but I don't know how much I can give you. I don't know how much of myself I can give you, because it did hurt me when you were with other people, or it did hurt me that, you fell in love with someone else in the meantime. And this person, before they changed, were very immature. Like, the person that they chose, not instead of you, but the person that they ended up dating, that they ended up committing to, was not the person for them. They fell for them for the wrong reasons, and they had to learn that, looks truly down the road don't matter. If someone's not perfect looking, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as you're still attracted to them. Like, if someone's not your type, that's not, everybody can have their standards that they want, and the deal breakers that they want. But your person realizes, because maybe you're not their type. And that's not saying that you're ugly or that you're not attractive. It just simply means that, like you're attractive, but that's not their go-to. And they kind of learn to let go of that, of having a type. Because we all can sometimes have a type when we're like, and our type doesn't mean that it's like the type we should like, because sometimes we're attracted to like the toxic types. If you guys have TikTok, I'm obsessed with TikTok. It is so much fun. You guys should get one. But there's like this trend where girls like talk about how like their type is skinny white boy who looks like he hasn't slept in days and lives off of caffeine and cigarettes. And like, not gonna lie, those guys are attractive, but like, long term, if that's your type, is that gonna really work? If you're a non-smoker, if you like, if your morals and the things that truly matter don't align with your type, then we grow up and we realize that types aren't like important and shouldn't really matter when choosing a partner, because people will surprise you. And I think they learn that. They transform into a mature fucking adult. That's what I'm trying to say. And they take a lot of like, they change so much that they end up they woo you. If it was you always making plans to hang out, or if it was you always like texting them to see how they're doing, they change that. They're like, listen, I planned for us to go get this done. I planned for us to go on this trip. What are you up to? Like, they're going to be the ones hitting you up. They're going to do things right the second time around. Let's get into okay, well, let me finish this up. We have new love. So like I said, you end up finding someone between, right? So you guys meet. I hope this is making sense, because your story is so complicated. Your story is so you know what I mean? So you find someone in between the break that you guys have. And that person teaches you a lot about yourself, but you realize that person is not who you're meant to be with. And you appreciate everything, and you send them off with gratitude and love. But you end up knowing that your person is your person. And you guys build the trust, because the trust was a little bit broken. Not too bad though, because I don't know if you could repair like absolutely shredded trust, because they were always honest with you. The situation is calling you for you to have faith. So also, like, have faith that this is your person, but don't pine for them. Don't pine and wait for them, please. And I think what helps is that you realize that there's not one person.
okay, there kind of is, but there's not one person who, like, if you don't have them, you'll be miserable and unhappy for your life, and they were your one true love. You can be happy with a numerous amount of people. Like, one person is not your end all be all, but you do find your end all be all. But you kind of realize that if you don't have them, you'll be okay. And I think in the past you were feeling like, how could this be my life? Like, they fell for someone else, like, woe is me. But you realize that it's okay, that whatever will be will be. And then pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. I think you have to truly, truly, truly move on to the point you completely let this person go, let your expectations go, and I think you will find your way back to them. Whoa. And then intimacy. Here's the thing about your guys' sex life. I don't think you guys end up having sex until they change and figure themselves out. Which is why, even though there's a third party involved, that's why you don't end up like feeling you don't feel cheated on, because they never gave you false hope, and you guys never slept together before you guys figured it out. So the connection, while there is love and there is passion, it's not wrapped up in sex. And I think that that's kind of something that could be new for some of you guys. You guys aren't used to spending time and wanting and building something up without the sex. And I think it's new for them too. Because their previous person, they went off of based on lust. And with you, it's not based on lust. Because lust is quite fickle, you know what I mean. And you guys, your connection was never built on lust, which is why it's so strong. But I think that you spend a lot of time on self-love which as you should, during the break in your guys' connection before you guys become romantically involved. The second time, or finally, there's a lot of self-love, literally, physically, but also emotionally, and there's a lot of healing that you work on, that then brings you guys together. But you guys like to have sex in fun places. We have the Five of Pentacles, and you guys like really enjoy getting to know each other, and I feel like every day you guys learn something new about each other, and it kind of rekindles, like, they kind of look at you like, you're so cute. But you guys can get pretty kinky. And the thing about your sex life is that your person, if you want them to be, they will be pretty dominant in bed. But if you don't want them to be, they won't be. Like, you guys are very, very open-minded. And then you guys are also very much like, you guys take turns pleasing each other, take turns being on top. Like, everything is pretty fair and pretty, like, you guys are just up to please each other. Like, oh, you want to be tied up, babe? I'll tie you up. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys do what the other person is into, the kinks, gladly and happily, while also enjoying them. But this person isn't very, like, very, very, super, super dark or kinky. Like, they're not going to pull out a knife during sex. They're not going to ask to pee on you. So they're not that kind of kinky. They're more, traditional for the most part, because there is some tying up and some blindfolds involved and all that. And there's a lot of foreplay. You guys have a lot of foreplay. Pile number 3. That's all I really have for you. I hope that resonated with you. Leave me a comment if it did, or a like, so I know that you guys like these topics. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.